Alright, so here's your final installment of maple sugaring 2018, the Glacier Recedes. It's hard to believe, but when you look where we're standing, a week ago at this very moment, we had the tail end of the great April blizzard going on up here in our part of the world, northern Wisconsin. And this whole area was under another 18 inches of snow on top of 18 inches of snow a week before that, on top of everything from the winter time. So where you're looking right here, the snow a week ago today was 18 inches to 3 feet deep. And there were places where, from the 30-mile-an-hour winds, that we had drifts around here that were anywhere from 4 to 6 feet deep. And then spring finally hit, and we had to work our butts off to get sap in. We had the first day after it hadn't run for a while, we had to collect a couple of our areas twice. We had to find more storage. This is our usual storage, just a milk bulk tank. You can see the ice in here, which is great for this time of year. It comes from the buckets earlier in the season. We collect it in the morning when there's still lots of ice, and it helps as a refrigerant. So we haven't even been taking sap out of this one, because we have another one over here. You've seen these everywhere, these cubes, right? They're just ubiquitous now. And we've got a couple of clean ones around, and for emergency purposes, this thing is great to put sap in, and that's what we've done. And so right now we've probably got 200, not 200, we've probably got like 500 gallons of sap around that we're cooking down. We poured off our first syrup yesterday here in the sauna, and there it is. Sugar content's high this year. We're hearing from people who actually have the capacity to measure that. So probably 36 to 1 instead of 40 to 1. So we got a lot of syrup out of the first pour off. So there's that. This is kind of a hacker operation, but we do well. The most that we ever produced in a season was 60 gallons. We've got 220 taps out back in the woods. What you're seeing here is we had to do what you're not supposed to ever do, and that's we try to collect in the morning when the ground is frozen, and there were just circumstances that didn't permit that to happen this year. So we have a muddy swamp going on through here. We can fix this up. It's not a problem. But those of you who like drive around on your land during the spring know that you really should only drive around when it's frozen in the morning. So we have a little cleanup to do, but that's okay. And then here's our cooking operation. Wood, we're just hauling out of the woods right now. We do silvopasture here, so we're always needing to thin trees out. And fortunately, we've got a lot of ironwood coming out of an area that's easily accessible, and it burns pretty well green. And here's our 100-gallon pan. We got a nice boil going on. We put this new chimney on this spring. You can see it's just a piece of roofing that was in a fire that we rolled up and tied with wire, and it's just the best chimney that we've had. Our other one just kind of rusted away. Same thing, just a piece of steel roofing rolled up and tied. Very easy way to make a chimney. And then one of the other things that we've added to it, this tank here is a 250-gallon oil tank cut in half and welded together. So it's got some holes in the bottom, and we added this homemade blower that is, you know, just we had a fan around. That's actually a piece of plastic drain tile and duct taped into a heat thing. I don't know what you call it. We can blow that right up into the fire, and it really helps to keep the fire going with green wood. So that's kind of where the season is going. We have one area today we collected. It hardly did anything, so we're done there. It did freeze last night. It's not supposed to freeze for the next few nights, so we may just stop collecting and focus in on cooking instead. I think we're gonna end up, you know, somewhere in the mid to high 20 gallons for syrup this year, which is good considering what was going on when we got started. Winter just wouldn't stop, and a lot of people just got discouraged and pulled their taps, and you know, we're ready to move on to other things. But we usually hang in till the end. This is what we collect with, and these buckets are great if you have a chance to get them. It's, you know, 5-gallon pails with a snap-on, screw-on lid. You want to get these when you're collecting. There's different places you can get them, but screw-on, snap-on lids for 5-gallon pails, it's like a miracle. So this is your final installment of Sugaring 2018. It's a beautiful day. Oh my gosh, we're so glad we're here. Have a nice day, and we'll see what happens next year. That's it.